unanswered. We don't really know what happened exactly there at Rome. We can't say this guy was here and screwed it up for everyone. But moving forward, the thing to consider here is it's not really Italy. Like that scene they're showing from there, it's not really Italy. It's, well, there's Naples, there's Venice, there's Sicily. It's, you may well be talking about North America as a country and saying, Canada's and Mexico are part of North America. North America. It's the same thing.
I'll give you show a little bit of credit for having two Italies. And if you want to be, factual about it, there should be a few more Italies.
There were a lot of Italies. Like, you don't have water in a mic. Shut your mouth. So the important thing here is they're more like city-states, kind of like Greek. You got your Athens or whatever, and they're all doing their own thing. So there's no like actual Italy. So what's the downside to this? No one's looking at the same thing. So let's go ahead and continue here. So why does anyone bother to kick Italy around? Yeah, they're all squabbling with each other and going around their own business. People don't just go to war for funsies. It's expensive. Well, Germany has issues.
But Germany is amazing.
But the thing is the key of the game here is that Italy has shit other people want. So as we see here, we got a little map of the Middle East. When we get through that whole Dark Age period, nobody but the Arabs were doing anything then. Europe was just kind of sitting around shitting in a field somewhere with some plague. But meanwhile, in the Middle East, when we hey, let's get these crusades fire up for Jesus. No, they have shit we want, so let's go take it from them. We don't Jesus. He can do his own thing. But so we go over here. These are all Crusader states, and it was the first crusade. We took the land route. Turns out that sucks because you have to go over land and harsh terrain, and there's people with bows waiting for you and turbans and things. It's awful. Let's just go through the sea and stuff. So where are you gonna leave Western Europe to go to the Middle East? Italy. So you got everyone coming from France, Britain, anyone else who wants to get on the crusading bandwagon. Let's go kill darkies for Jesus. That's what we do. And take their things. And don't be a woo girl, Mitch. But so you're bringing in trade. It's like when you see those crappy commercials for that shitty hometown of yours. Like, come see this thing that we have that no one really wants to see anyways, because you want to bring tourism and you bring in money, and that's essentially what Italy's doing at this point. Yeah, it's a passive, but that's happening. So we go to the Middle East to go do some oppressing there, and just awesome Western European stuff that no one doesn't hold grudges about. And then there's this amazing thing called the Silk Road. And now that we have a bit of a foothold there, we got a little taste of it during the Crusades. The Silk Road, in a nutshell, that brings in nice things from the East. That brings us money and silk. So that just, now you got the Crusader states, you got Italy building wealth from, people jumping shit there. Now you got this road running to Europe. But where does that road go now that we get past, the Byzantines and we get into real actual Western Europe?
Italy?
Italy, yeah, right through Venice, and boy did they like that cash cow. So use your imagination, and there's this road coming from the Anatolian Peninsula through Greece-ish stuff and Macedonia, and then it kind of ends up in Venice over there, and that's where everyone wants to get their nice things. So Venice, they have money. Money's a big thing in politics and history, in case we haven't figured it out. So theme of the story is Italy has shit once. Shit people once. There we go. Everyone has shit. But
nice farmland for once.
Yeah. Instead of like mud and rain in like England, France has whatever the hell France has.
For the longest time it was the center of power, which was papacy.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I guess people like religion or something. They got things. It's more than just money too. They can foster a culture people want to be in. Have fun with your snow and cold Germany, staring at your. I guess I'd get good at brewing beer too if I had nothing to look at.
At the same time.
What?
We learned to draw people at the same time.
Oh, we did learn to draw people in Italy. The Italian Renaissance. We got a 100 years head start on everyone else in Europe. Why? Because we're not shitting in buckets like everyone else. We didn't have toilets for 500 years after the fall of the Romans. We just had chamber pots because no one wanted to deal with an aqueduct that would, take that place somewhere else.
Which parts of Italy still don't have toilets?
So you got a culture that fosters the Renaissance. Leonardo da Vinci wants to live there. He didn't jump shit. He had money. He could have gone where the hell he wanted. He stayed in Naples and
Inventions and stuff.
Inventions and stuff. Nerding out, they had the longest unsupported spanning arch in history. That lasted until the 19th century. It's, you know, you're talking, that was built during the Roman times, and we did not build a structure that was as much of an engineering marvel until, what, the 1800s?
We only fell behind a little bit. Okay,
we lost some ground, so you know, so what happened here? Because it sounds like they had their own thing going with their city-states. Well, when everyone wants a piece of that, there's no one really there to oppose them. It's just some guys like Florence like, fuck you, don't take my things, and then, you know, I'm never taking your things. So Spain wants a piece, France wants a piece, the Moors got a piece of Sicily. It's just constant back, and then, you know, and they have stuff people want, just go with it.
Alright, just so this isn't the totally Axis-centric panel, let's talk about some allies. England and Russia. Now, in episode 13, England gets roughed up a little bit by Germany, and he was watching a little bit too much Full Metal Alchemist, so he decided he's going to go summon a demon to go sick on Germany. And then this happens.
This is my favorite part of World War II.
Out you damn Kolkas. I actually had to do research on this myself because I didn't know. What a kolka is it's the state-controlled Soviet farms that were brought about during the 1920s and 30s. Basically what you do is you get a whole bunch of farmers that own their own land or are productive, and you take them and you put them on one big farm, and you tell them what to do, how they're going to do it, and we're going to let you load your grain up onto our trucks with guns pointed at you. This caused horrible primations across the Ukraine and Russia. And, you know, because the state, of course, knows what it's doing, 5 million people starved to death because of this.
Holy crap, people starving to death in Russia. That's never happened before.
Well, Stalin was okay with this because A, well, they're Ukrainians, so...
He's not starving.
That's not lost there. And B, he had a real prejudice against successful, wealthy farmers. He'd call them kulaks. And he considered them counter-revolutionaries, so no loss there. A little bit deeper into that same exchange, England gets a... That's a picture. England talks to Russia and asks them why he's getting in his way.
なんだよお前、さっきから邪魔ばっかりして。俺に恨みでもあるよ。
そうだよな、あるよな。
でもお前の恨みなんか関係ねえ。俺の復讐の邪魔はさせないぞ。はい、ビタニアをね、ネギの呪い。
Britannia Wales cursed the leeks. Now, the leek plant is to Wales what the shamrock is to Ireland, essentially. Legend? But really, what's up? Yeah, but really, what's up with leeks?
Miku likes them.
Basically, what happened was, Wales is the most Roman province in Britannia, which is why, you know, the Catholics were there. And as the Saxons were pushing into Britannia, the Welsh were getting...
Germans.
The Roman Welsh are starting to get pushed farther and farther into this miserable corner of England that we now call Wales. Not going to get into that. And St. David told his troops to tie leeks to their helmets to distinguish themselves from their Saxon enemies. And of course they won a great victory because the saint was involved.